إن شاء الله إن شاء الله إن شاء الله.
So, Abraha started to build a massive cathedral in Sana'a, which is a city in Yemen. And his idea was that I will force everybody in the area of Yemen to leave their previous religion and become a Christian. And they should come and worship in this cathedral. And then I will go outside the city limits or the country limits or the provincial limits of Yemen and will force these Arab tribes who are pagans to start worshiping the Christian way in that cathedral that should become the center of attraction for all of Arabia. And of course, in these places, money starts pouring from all directions. That's a big deal. However, when he was done with the completion of this massive cathedral, a couple men from one of the Arabian tribe sneak in at nighttime and did some filth on the wall of the cathedral, and they ran away. In the morning, when Abraha was told that this has happened, he was like, who could dare to do this to our cathedral? Don't they know my might and power and what I can do to them? He was told that this probably must be the work of the pagan Arabs who go and worship in Mecca, and they are the worshippers of Kaaba, which is they consider the house of God. He said, okay, if that is the case, I will go and destroy that house of God, and then they will have no house to turn to, so they will turn towards Sana'a, Yemen, and will come and worship over here, as I will crush their meeting point. So he prepared a massive army which had lots and lots of elephants and lots of soldiers, and started walking from Yemen towards Mecca. If you know your geography, you know that Yemen is south and Mecca is north from Yemen, and it's all by the coastal line. So he started going in that direction, and remember, he has massive fleet of elephants, and Arabs do not know how to fight elephants, because they can either fight on camels or horsebacks or mules or on foot. But they don't know how to fight somebody who is up high on an elephant, because there are no elephants in the Arabian Peninsula. Elephants can be found in Iran and India and Africa, and Arab tribes would never dare to fight Persian Empire, because it was an empire and these are small tribes. So there was no match for Abraha's army. Abraha's army is moving forward, and he was stopped by a few tribes. The first one to stop him was one of the tribes that was headed by a man by the name of Dhu Nafar. The whole army got killed at the hands of Abraha's army, and Dhu Nafar was captured. Abraha ordered that Dhu Nafar be killed, and Dhu Nafar said, I could be of a great value to you because I have good relationships with people in Mecca, so don't kill me, and I am a chief of a tribe. Abraha said, okay, let's keep him as a prisoner of war and let's move forward. As they move forward, then two tribes came forward to stop them. This time they were headed by Nufail bin Habib. And they also could not do much about this, so they were also killed, and Nufail was captured. When Nufail was captured, Abraha ordered to kill him, and Nufail said, well, I am a chief of my tribe. I could be of use to you. Please do not kill me. And Abraha said, okay, one more prisoner doesn't hurt. So both of these men were taken as prisoners. And now Abraha is moving forward, and nobody can dare to stop him till he reaches Ta'if. Ta'if is called Ta'if because it is surrounded in mountains. Once the people of Ta'if close their gates, it becomes a citadel. So people of Ta'if wanted to come out and fight with him, and their leader Mas'ud bin Ma'tab, he wanted to fight Abraha, but his own people of Banu Thaqif refused to do so. So Mas'ud was forced to go in the form of a delegation to Abraha and sign a peace treaty. Abraha said, that's not enough. I need to know how to go to Mecca. So they picked a man by the name of Abu Raghal, hoping he would take Abraha on the wrong route. And Abu Raghal took Abraha on the right route to Mecca. He died on his way to Mecca, and his grave was there for a very, very long time. And what people would do whenever they would come for Hajj or Umrah, whenever they would go past Abu Raghal's grave, they would stone it to show their anger that this is the man who brought Abraha towards Mecca. But anyway, Abraha moved forward. Abraha camped outside the city limits of Makkah and sent a man by the name of Aswad, the son of Ma'fud, Aswad bin Ma'fud. And he ordered Aswad to go and grab whatever you find and bring over. Aswad went, grabbed whatever he found, camels, other kinds of belongings of the people, just wanted to cause this chaos and fasad and give a statement to the people of Makkah, leave our way, and we have just come over here to attack and destroy Kaaba, then we will go back. And that's exactly what he did, Aswad. He went there, he grabbed whatever he could find, came back, and whatever he could grab and find also had 300 camels that belonged to Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he was told that his camels are being captured by Abraha, so he said, I want to meet with this man, but how can I meet with him? He is the general of an army and a ruler of a Yemen. There's no way I could meet him. So how can I do so? He was told that he has a prisoner of war by the name of Dhu Nafar, who is a friend of yours from Yemen or surrounding areas of Yemen. So Abdul Muttalib approached the army camp, found Dhu Nafar and said, Dhu Nafar, can you help me and put me in touch with Abraha? And Dhu Nafar said, I am of no good to you because I'm a prisoner of war, but I am friends with the guy who takes care of the elephant of Abraha. The elephant of Abraha, which was the largest of all the other elephants, was named Mahmud. And the person who was the caretaker and the sole driver of Mahmud, his name was Unais. Unais became friend with Dhu Nafar after Dhu Nafar was captured. So Dhu Nafar forwarded Abdul Muttalib's case to Unais. Unais, upon meeting Abdul Muttalib introduced himself, who he is, what kind of person he is, and what is his status in Arabia. And Unais went to Abraha and explained everything to Abraha. And Abraha said, okay, let's see what this person has to say. Maybe he has come to negotiate with us on the matter of Makkah, that we shouldn't do anything and probably would sign some kind of a treaty and agreement with us. So Abdul Muttalib entered the tent of Abraha. Now Abraha was told that when Abdul Muttalib was walking closer to Mahmud, which is your elephant, who doesn't bow down to anybody but you, but this moment this elephant was seen lowering its head to Abdul Muttalib as if he's honoring the coming of Abdul Muttalib. Abraha was quite shocked to hear this and said, this must be a man of great value. So when Abdul Muttalib entered the tent of Abraha, Abraha said, you know what? I don't feel comfortable sitting up high on my chair and you sit on the ground. How about we both sit next to each other on the ground and have a conversation as to why have you come? Abdul Muttalib said, you know, I've come over here, very simple reason, I want my camels back. Upon hearing that, Abraha started laughing. He said, really? You came here all the way to get your 300 camels? I can give that to you. I thought you were such a noble man with great cause, but 300 camels? That's all you want? I thought you would have come here and would beg me to leave Kaaba alone. Abdul Muttalib said, listen to me, Abraha. I am the owner of the camels. To protect those camels, this is my responsibility. There is an owner of this house of Allah, and that is Allah Himself. And He will protect it because that's in His ownership. That's His house. And Abraha was like, okay, Abdul Muttalib, you can leave with your camels. Abdul Muttalib left. And Abraha decided to march straight to Kaaba. Abdul Muttalib came back to Kaaba and said, came back to the city of Makkah and said to everybody, go up in the mountains, do not fight Abraha, you stand no chance against him. Went to Kaaba and made a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, we do not have the capacity to defend your house. Can you please defend it? And went up the mountain. Now at this time, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not yet born. This is the year that the Prophet will inshallah be born. So his mom Amina is at this point pregnant with the Prophet, and she would have traveled up those mountains of Makkah in that state. May Allah have mercy on her. And then what happened was that everybody left Makkah. This time, Abraha is marching with his massive army towards Makkah. At that time, man